Hello students, welcome back. Today I am discussing about a new topic of chapter 1 data frame. In data frame we will continue some more operations, but a basic operation is, suppose we already create a data frame. We already know data frame is a heterogeneous data type. After creation we can increase the size of data frame, means we can add a new column or we can add a new row in the data frame. So it is a mutable uh, object. For this purpose, now I'm showing how to add a new row, how to add a new column, or how to delete a column, how to delete a row, how to change the index name, how to change the column name. So for this purpose I am taking few examples. Okay, first I am taking adding, means adding a new row using append method. Here append method is important, you keep in mind. And adding a new column in existing data frame with the help of index. Directly we can use data frame name with index and type new column name and is equal to then respective values. So adding a new column is very simple process, but adding a new row we always use append method. So for this purpose I am taking one example. Here I am taking a simple table, simple data. In this here I am using a dictionary of list concept to create this data frame. Means in data frame, two columns, roll number and name. Roll number 101, 102, name Ram and Mohan. And this data one convert into pandas data frame. For this process I am taking here student1 data frame variable is equal to pd data frame, or here I am passing data1 because data1 variable hold our table. Then here in this table our column name is roll number and name. Here again I am mentioning here, this is not important, we can skip this, but for this uh, easy to understand, so I am using again comma columns is equal to, in square bracket is important, roll number name. So data frame we already created in so many times before, so this is a simple thing, and we can print the student 1. So this is the normal thing, but our purpose is to add a new row. So for this purpose I am taking student1 variable. Student1 we already, because I want to add new in existing data frame, so student1 is equal to student1 dot append. Here last time I am writing pd dot data frame, but here I am writing student1 because student1 is our data frame variable dot append method. And square bracket, then a small bracket open, because here I am using dictionary concept. So here I am using roll number, the new value is 103, comma name, the new value is Sohan. So here curly brace is important because I am using a dictionary concept. Because using dictionary concept we can easily add a new row. And comma, here I am using new thing, ignore underscore index is equal to true. This is important. You always use these things, otherwise it we will see different result. Means we can see a new index value start from 0 for this 103 and so on, so it will create problem. So here I am using ignore underscore index is equal to true, means after appending the proper index serial number will maintain 0 1 2 3 4. So for this purpose here I am using ignore is equal to index is equal to true. So this is the line which can use for to add a new in our this data frame. You can see here I am print student1. You can see roll number 101, 102 Mohan, we already know, but here 2 is equal to 103 Sohan. So this is a new thing. So student dot append method for this purpose using dictionary concept and writing another parameter ignore underscore index true. then systematically we can add a new row in our existing data frame. Okay, suppose I want to adding a new column, so it is a very simple process. Simply we can write student1 in square bracket marks. This statement we already used to access a particular column, so this statement same thing we will use here, and is equal to the set of values which because here I have 3 rows, so I want 3 values again: 54 Ram, 64 Mohan, and 74 Sohan. So for this parallel values I am writing here, and print student1. Now output is here, you can see the new column marks 50, 60 and 70 already added in the student1 data frame. So adding a new column is a very simple process, but adding a new row, you keep this statement, always remember. Okay, but the opposite operation is, suppose we want to drop a row or drop a column. So when you want to delete a row, existing row, we always use drop method. Always remember drop method, or in inside bracket we always use index position. And if we want to remove a column in a data frame, we always use pop method, pop, pop. Here you always keep in pop for column. To remove a column, drop is used to remove a row in a data frame. In pop method we always write the column name. Okay, here the same example I am taking here. Import pandas spt and roll number and name is, and this data convert into data frame we already know, and display this table. Okay, this is, we already know this thing, but here the main purpose is, suppose I want to delete 0, 101 or Ram, this row, the index value of this row is 0. So here I am writing student1, because the final change will reflect into student1. So I am using student1 is equal to student1 dot drop 0. Here I am writing 0. 0 means 0, 101 Ram. This row will delete. Print student1. Output is, here you can see 1102 Mohan, 2103 and so on. Row will see, but 0101 Ram deleted. But I want to delete a column, so simple, we always use a pop method. Here I am using student1 dot pop, or the column name, roll number, or another thing we can use del and student1 in square bracket we can use. When we use del we must use square bracket, and roll number and print student1. You can see we have already 2, because we already delete our first row, and the remaining thing is we already deleted roll number column, so the remaining data is only name column, 1 for Mohan, 2 for so on. This is a simple thing. So using pop or del student, this type of style we can use to delete existing column, or using drop in bracket we always use index position to delete a particular row. So this is a simple thing. Now here I am taking new operation, renaming. Means we can change the index name, or we can also change the column name using the renaming. Okay, so I am taking the same example again. Import pandas spd data1 we already know, and to create the data frame, data and convert into student1 data frame on display this. But here my main purpose is, here you can see the index value is 0 and 1. So I want to change this 0, 1 according to our user defined index. So here I am using to rename my existing index. Here I am using student1 is equal to student1 dot rename. Here I am using rename, not append, not pop, because our operation is changed. So here I am using student1 dot rename is equal to, you can see I want to change 0, 1 a default index. So here I am writing index is equal to because it always use in dictionary concept. So you keep in mind, in curly brace you can 0 is our existing index values, colon, after we can use in single quotes a. So in place of 0 you will see a, and comma our next index value is 1, so it will change into b. So this is style of syntax is compulsory to remember, and then we print string 1. So you can see here 0 replaced by a and 1 replaced by a. So this is our user defined label index. Now I am change the column name. Here I want to change roll number into student ID or name change into full name. So for this purpose I am using student1 student to rename. Here I am last time I am writing index, here I am writing columns is equal to, in curly brace is important because by changing or renaming name or row we always use curly brace. So for this purpose I am using roll number, our existing name, and new name is SID, comma name is our old name and new name is full name, curly brace close and the bracket close. We print this student1. So you can see the new value of, instead of roll number you can say SID, instead of student name you can see full name. So these are our basic operation to rename, to delete, to add. So there are total 3 types of operation because data frame is a mutable thing. Mutable thing means editable thing. So we can change the structure, existing structure after the creation. But in Pandas series, NumPy 1D, NumPy 2D, this is immutable things. Means after creation we cannot add a new value or delete existing element. But here I am, because data frame support mutable thing, so we can edit the existing structure. Okay. Here I am showing some few topics, simple topics. We can see here I am showing we can use head and tail method. Head and tail method is our simple method, and we can use to show our top rows and bottom rows. By default head function always show top rows and tail function always show bottom rows. For this purpose I am using a simple data frame, d1 roll number, the set of roll numbers, the name. We already know how to create a dictionary of list using and this data I am displaying. So here you can see the total 101, 102, 103, 105, 106 total. We have 6 students and their respective data, but I want to display top 5 rows. So you can see I am using student1.head. So by default head method show starting 5 rows. Here I am using student1.tail. So from 1 to 5, so you can see 1 to 5 means last 5 row you can see in output. But I want to control, not always I want to see 5 because 5 is default, but here I am writing head 2. So you can see starting 2 rows, 101 or Ram, 102 or Mohan will display, and suppose here I am writing student1 tail 2, so last 2, 105, 106, so on. Or suppose I want to see top 3 rows, so here I am writing in bracket 3. So you can see starting 3 rows, and here I am using tail in small bracket 3. So last 3 rows. So you can see starting number of rows and bottom rows using head and tail function. This is a simple topic. Suppose arithmetic operation of data frame. I already discussed this thing, but I want to revise again. You can use add, subtract, multiply, divide or mod. For this purpose we have 2 data frame of same number of row and same number of column, at least 2 data frame, and in both data frame the size and shape must be equal. Then we will see we can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and mod. But here I am using a simple example. Here you can say I am using a is equal to pd dot data frame. I am directly store the data. You can see 4, 6, 10, 12 using a list concept. Here I am using b is equal to pd data frame, and this is a second. You can see here the size and the number of row in both A and B or number of column both A and B are equal because it is a must. Okay, now here I am writing a plus b. This is our simple arithmetic equation. So a plus b means 4 plus 3, 6 plus 5, 10 plus 6 and 12 plus 7. The output is, you can see, 7, 11, 16 and 19. A plus b, it is our arithmetic expression. To directly we simply add two values. Here I am simply to add two data frame. The another thing, the same thing we can perform using np.add method. But here style is changed. np.add, in bracket we can pass a comma b, but output is same. Or we can also use pandas method. Here I am using a.add in bracket b. The output is same. So we have pandas add method, we have np.add method, we have arithmetic expression. The three things will give the same output. Okay, suppose I want to perform a vector operation or a scalar operation. Here I am getting a plus 3. So you can see in a data frame all values, suppose 4 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 10 plus 3 and 12 plus 3. All element will add by 3. You can see all value of data frame A, each and every element will add by 3. And the same statement we can write using our numpy np.add. Here I am a comma 3. Last time I am using a comma b, but here I am using a comma 3. This is a scalar function. So same thing we can perform using in different way. Suppose I want to vertical sum and horizontal sum. In vertical sum we always use x is 0, and with horizontal sum we always use x is 1. But here I am using only one data frame. Here I am using only one data frame A. Suppose vertical sum means 4 and 10, the output is 14. 6 and 12, the output is 18. So for this purpose I am using here 14 and 18. And the horizontal sum we am using x is 1. So in the data frame A, 4 plus 6, 10, 10 plus 12, 22. So you can see horizontal sum 10 and 22. Okay. Instead of sum, here for a particular data type we can also use max, mean, count, mean, standard deviation and var of a single row or column operation. So here I am using two data frame for addition, subtraction, division, multiplication mode, and a single data frame for particular value we will add, or we can also, instead of add, we can also perform max, mean, or other kind of statistical function also. Okay students, thank you so much.